Hi, my name is Depression. I wanted to make a video with a few tips for Nightreign multiplayer specifically, but as many other content creators will say, this video won't be like the others. What I really wanted to address here are the very specific behaviors that I've been dealing with on my own public matches with random players. I do want to mention that I've been having a great time playing with randoms. Mostly. So, straight to the point. I think that one of the most important things about this game is teamwork. The main topic of this video will be about how you should stick to your team most of the time and how could everything go downhill if you don't. I've been encountering a lot of players that like to just wander around by their own, dying, looting, and doing, well, I don't even know what they are doing. This not only applies for inexperienced players, but to very experienced players too, and that is the issue. So, where should we go first and who is taking the lead? Whenever I go into a match, I check the map first to quickly plan a route to follow, but I always wait a few seconds to see if one of my teammates wants to lead the team instead, and I try to stick to that route even if I think that my plan was better. In my experience, if there is more than one person trying to lead the way, they just go separate ways, you end up fighting a boss with only one of your teammates, both of you die, then you have to go back to get your runes and finish the fight. Or maybe die a second time, while the other person is just having a hard time too, but in a different side of the map. So, you know, sometimes you have to be the bigger person. Let someone else be the leader or whatever, so the whole team can have a smoother run and eventually a great time, which is the point of the game. Second thing that I want to mention is decision making. As you may know, there are a bunch of guides and tips out there about the game by now. I will say that the vast majority of them are pretty useful in their own way. They are meant to show you things that are going to be beneficial for every round that you have. Unfortunately, that could have the opposite effect. Let's say that you get into a gaping jaw expedition. Your teammates agree to follow you because you already watched 1,000 hours of guides on TikTok and YouTube, but you realize that the only camp that can give you a weapon with poison is on the other side of the map, and the route to get there is just awful and should be avoided. Well, for some reason, a bunch of people still prioritize the little things because their knowledge of the game is limited to what they are being told to do in these short videos with tips. And what I mean by that is that there is not only one right call. In some cases, it's going to be bad to follow the bad route to get to the poison camp because you will miss the necessary loot to get through the whole expedition, and sometimes it's going to be a good call. You can hit the south side first and then the north side, etc. One of the best things about Nightreign is that every expedition feels different than the last one. So, let's work on that decision making. And following on that, I want to talk about when to fight and what to ignore. Another thing that I run into a lot is my teammates choosing the worst early fights ever. There are people who still think that they can do a level 1 hitless run on multiplayer with randoms, just to get hit on the face with the harsh reality that is Nightreign. And there is also the opposite side of that, which are the people who want to kill every single thing they see. You're constantly waiting for them to catch up because they are wasting time killing some dog that they found or whatever. Sometimes you get impatient and decide to start a boss fight by yourself, which is also a bot call, and that chain of events leads to, yeah, rage quitting. And before getting into that, I really want to go back to that decision making thing. Most likely you already have the knowledge for it, and if you think that you don't, just go back to the video that shows you the fastest routes to the castle, the churches, the secrets of the rises, the video that shows you how to loot a camp, how to loot a cave, where to look for a key, where to look for a treasure map, when to use your ulti, which are the best relics for your character, and all of those things that you know that you already watched before. Time is precious, so don't waste it. And I really mean that. We all log into the game to have a fun experience. We all love FromSoft games, and some others are just getting to know them because of Nightreign. So, having that in mind, I think it's pretty obvious that a few matches are going to go bad, maybe even terrible, because the game is introducing a bunch of new type of players. If you already have experience with Souls games, it should be easier for you to adapt to the playstyle of the others. I can assure you that your matches are going to be a lot better if you go in with that mindset. And that's it. My name is Depression, and have a nice day.